So that was very serious for people with disabilities. But it's not at all thing what we do, and actually it's only 2 projects because we have my area of work and research is serious games. So I'm considering that this is some kind of our future where we can have to contribute in our education process. So, and another project which is not very big and not so complex as the previous, and it's why I choose to show you that second, is a robots for intergenerational gap. So we have another project which is the Grundtvig Learning Partnership project, which started in 2011, last year. And you can see the logo and you can see some kind of robot. What was considered. So as I told, we consider that technologies can improve education process. And in that project we focused on involvement of senior people, grandparents and parents from any social group to be trained, to be technologically advanced, to stay with their children and relatives, mediating educational content like math, science, dynamics, geometry, using the robots. And of course the project had the general aims to contribute to social inclusion, valorization of competences, and to get the new competences, and to promote active participation of senior people in educational process, and to find those senior people as mediators for advanced learning processes within ICT. So what we aim in that project that to make grandparents knowledge technologically advanced, that they would be taught how to use the most advanced technologies, and that they could be those teachers or mediators to children or their grandchildren, that they would know how to program robots and how to use robots, and in that way to motivate them to learn and to study those subjects which not always in the school are very attractive and easy for them. And consider maybe first the maths or science or like physics and etc. So as I told, there are objectives that to train adults to use robots, also to establish website with all material, videos and educational learning scenarios, and to provide good practices from all partner countries. So I should tell, okay, what I didn't put in the slide, but what is, because it seems like very obvious, but of course not for people who never heard about the project. The coordinators are from Italy, so congratulations for Italian partners, as always advanced. So the Scuola di Robotica from Genoa. I think it's one of the most famous schools which are focusing on robotics using education process. So they had previous project where they prepared several learning scenarios how the robots can be used at school, also blended learning approach when the young and the elder students teaching young students, mixing groups of age and studying new subjects and studying with robots. And of course we're going to provide those, to practice those scenarios in our countries, and then to give this best practice on the, as example, so, like goes, as example to get free content to any partner, any educator who wants to use and to try this approach in the educational environment. So I put just a picture of the robots. It's from the kickoff meeting in Verona. We use Lego Mindstorm and NXT second generation robots, and when you combine them, they look like that. But what is important, that they have this programming part. This is a picture just of the robots what we use in the project. Here they are mounted, so actually it goes like a box like that, where you can construct like a normal Lego which is used in, so it's prepared by Lego. But the idea comes not from an unexpected idea, because those Lego, okay, combining the constructor, which is making from the pieces some object, and for example, those Lego, they start from that, they you name them, they give the name for them, that each group choose some specific characteristics for them. But what is important in this kind of educational process, that those robots, they have software for programming. It comes together with the robots in the same kit, Lego Mindstorm NXT. Actually, there are some programs, if you know GeoGebra, so it also can be combined with those Lego robots, and where you can program some activities and to use sensors, light, sound, color, and to use them to do some activities. So what we did in kickoff meeting, for example, we tried to get some steps of waltz to dance to robots and to go back and forward and to move them in proper order, how it's done in the dance. So there are other things, so there can be a lot of different creative learning scenarios for different subjects. And what is very attractive, that the student or adult or young or older can use this programming software in very simple way, because you just mount some objects in your as you wish, and then to put some sensor or some activities, making time limits, making some distance limits, and so, or rotation in some proper level, and then to do activities to get skills about maths, about physics, and similar activities. So what our focus is, the main focus in this project is that to fill in an intergenerational gap using this attractive educational tool to study very normal educational curriculum subjects. And one of the interesting activities, what was just practicing and testing, it was done like after mounting this robot, there was an exercise to make them to drive only 1 meter. When there is no in program any meter or centimeter, but to drive them 1 meter. So you have to think how the mathematics, how the tires are big are, how to measure this, how to combine those skills to get them driving this distance and not more and not less, or to go in the parking place and to go back. And and this is from the project meeting as well. What was very, very interesting, that I don't know how it will work with the students, because students like it very much at school when they have classes on that. But when we did it with the project group during the day, so there were so many emotions, shouting and screaming, and so when it came finally this 1 meter driving as it should be, and these good emotions, they drive very, very far away. And we believe that in the project, and not only the project, but in all education, first of all, we have to get a very good feeling and very good emotions, in the sense that things what we are doing and the tools what we are using, they make us better, happy, and more skilled. So thank you very much. Sorry.